seen this start. This start means a lot.
Oh, they held them a long time. Into the first corner. Round we go. It's going to be gut issues on the outside, is it? Jumping over the tires for the first time. It's going to be Kacy Martinez who takes the lead on the 496. We've got some action. 3 girls going down in the back of your shot as they come over the matrix. The battle for second position is anybody's. Is that Morgan Tanky? Yes, it is. She's up to second place.
Oh, right in the logjam there. Number 2 bike of Rachel Gooders. Looking sharp. She got a good start.
Kacy Martinez, the 23-year-old from California. She had a bronze medal as her best finish so far, but she leads at the moment as they come up the big hill. It's getting more and more cut up at the top of this hill, Jeremy. That could cause some more problems.
Oh, yeah. And as they come in the rocks here, you're going to see the girls getting through there nicely on the first lap. But as they go through this race, it's going to be very tiring, very difficult. You can see Gomez getting over that log nicely right there. But this track is going to be treacherous for these women.
Sandra Gomez, the 21-year-old from Spain. She's based just north of Madrid, the highest capital in Europe. There's big hot weather out there, so this kind of weather for her on the 93, she'll be used to that. Not quite sure about the humidity, but the sheer heat is nothing new. But we're going to stay with our leader, Kacy Martinez, on the KTM, splashing down with those 12 G's of deceleration.
Oh man, you know, when you come into that water like that, there's the log, you kind of land on the pegs, your wrist, I mean, it's everything. And she right now is doing a fine job of getting through this course.
A slightly shorter route through the rocks for the women than the men. Gives them a little bit of a break, but as we heard from Sports Science and John earlier, 195 beats per minute. Well, 95% of your heart maximum and the rest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that is if they're breathing, right? So if they're holding their breath, you never know what's going to happen. But Kacy just doing a fine job right now, getting that started. You know, we talked about it. If you get some space, you're able to be patient, you're able to ride smooth, and that's what's going on right now. We're watching.
Oh, we've got a big Tara Geiger. She's being held up. She's trying to get it through. What's going on down there, Jamie?
Well, Tara Geiger, as you saw, she was stuck in the rocks for quite some time, and I talked to her right before she went out, and she said she feels pretty good on most of the course except for the rocks. She said she doesn't like those technical spots, and the other riders I talked to knew that that was her weakness, so they wanted to capitalize on that, and that's what we're seeing.
That's exactly what we're seeing, a mirror image of what was predicted before the race there, Jamie. And as Tara goes on her way, she's in 6th position at the moment. Leading is still Martinez, Kacy Martinez on the 496. And we pick her out here. Here she comes towards us. Second is still Sandra Gomez Cantero. The gap is just under 10 seconds, first to second.
Well, you know what? It's great right now. Kacy, as we said, she's just being real patient. The trick to this is she's got lappers to deal with. Now, if the lappers are in the main line, what's she going to do? Has she practiced going around that stuff, and what's it going to look like? I mean, she's coming up on some lappers now. When we get to those rocks, that's where it's going to be real tough.
Up the top of that hill that's all been broken up, just coming up behind Christy McKinnon, the Australian from New South Wales. And this is just what you're talking about.
She clipped the bars going in there. What she was trying to do is get in there first. She was trying to get ahead of the lapper. Well, it didn't work there, but it almost cost her. She got out cleanly, but I'm sure she didn't like that.
Adrenaline really will be kicking in now as she goes over the big jump, over the tractor tires, over the washboards, and on her way. The track really consolidating itself as well, a bit more of a smoother line. It was really broken up in early practice today, but a lot more of a groove running.
Well, what we're seeing now, you can see in between the jumps, you can see the shiny spots. Now, those are the spots that are going to be really hard packed and not a lot of traction. So it's going to be important for her to kind of have really, really good throttle control and keep a lot of traction while she's on those shiny areas. And you can see the track's just totally dried out.
Totally dried out. The water, we didn't expect that to really come out of the pool too much. A little bit of wind has dried it out. That log, as you can see, has been nibbled away by the tyres as she continues on. Keep it cool. Don't wave to the crowd.
Yeah,
saw that last year.
Enduro X. You don't wave to the crowd on the last lap. You get this race in the bank.
Absolutely. Up and over. Yellow flag being waved over the matrix. She's absolutely rock solid. Just the last little bit of a straight to go, and a little bit of X Games history is about to unfold, because we've seen over the last 3 years the Spaniard last sight-taking gold on Maria Forsberg, but this time it is Kacy Martinez who takes gold at X Games Austin in the women's Enduro X.